welcome back to another cleaning video. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a interesting last couple of days, but we're still here and we're still thriving, so that's all that matters. We're starting off with the bedrooms. I'm going to be getting all of the linen off of the beds and just doing a really good clean in the bedrooms, getting the mattresses deodorized and doing all of the things. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to let y'all know what's been going on, but let's go ahead and get some cleaning done, some good vibes, and jump into the video.
I want to see how rewind when we rewind. Feels so nice. We time you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. It feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got the sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way.
So Tuesday morning, we come downstairs and I open the refrigerator to, get started on some breakfast, and a bunch of water just spilled down from the door. And I'm just like, what the heck? Y'all, Rex is next to me snoring his butt off again. So that's the noise that's in the background. So I'm like, what the heck did that come from, And hubby was home and he's like, oh, it's probably like the ice melted from the ice machine, because we have like the water dispenser that's outside of the refrigerator. So he opened the door and the ice was melted. So we put it in the sink and everything, and I was looking at the food in the refrigerator, and I'm like, why is this, the food isn't all the way like cold. So I was just like, what the heck? So hubby opens the freezer. Pretty much everything is de-thawed, y'all. A whole bag of fish sticks, like brand new bag, not even opened, soft, all the way soft. The refrigerator went out. And so it definitely, I know that it went out overnight, because pretty much everything was thawed out. We could save a couple of packages of beef. Normally we keep the majority of that we get from Sam's in the deep freezer in the garage, but I do keep a couple of packages in the refrigerator, in the freezer, in the house, so that I'm not having to go back and forth to the garage. So we saved a couple of things, but that was pretty much it. And I had just went to the store. I just went to the store the day before. I bought 2 things of strawberries. I bought a couple things, just to last us throughout the week until we do our next Sam's run. And thank God, because we almost did a Sam's run the day prior. Thank God we didn't do that, because we would have wasted so much food. And I was already upset, like, because we did have to throw out a lot of things like mayonnaise, dairy products and stuff. I mean, you have to get rid of it. I just bought a huge thing of, what was it? Cream cheese that I had to throw out because it was all the way softened, and obviously that's dairy. Just a bunch of stuff, and we're just like, oh my goodness. So we were scouring like that morning to put stuff, like we put the things in the deep freezer in the garage that we could, and then hubby went to the store and bought like a couple bags of ice, and we filled up like the coolers and just like buckets and things like that of things. I didn't realize that we ended up we have a small refrigerator downstairs from the wet bar that we brought upstairs that we've been kind of living out of the last couple of days. And it's funny because we had two refrigerators. So we had a refrigerator that was in the basement that we never used. It was like an old school fridge that the previous homeowners, they brewed their own beer. And so they converted this refrigerator into like a kegerator. We got rid of that. And then we had a old fridge from our last house that we had in the garage, but it was taking up so much room. So we ended up selling that. And hubby was like, of course this couldn't have happened when we had one of those refrigerators, because we really didn't even really use them. And that's why we wanted to get a chest freezer. So we got that in replacement of, the refrigerator that we had in the garage, because we could just fit and store so much more food in the freezer. But it was a hectic morning. So we actually had dentist appointments too, that morning that I ended up canceling because we were like trying to get all the food, saving as much food as we could. But it was just like, oh my goodness, one thing after another. And so I'll tell y'all, about shopping. And we also had to go buy another refrigerator, obviously. So that was great. But it's just been, a fun couple of days. And life just lives, and stuff happens, of course. Things are going to break down in your house, and you got to be prepared for those things. Like, y'all know, everything is just so expensive. So that happened, and it's just been a lot of fun the last couple of days.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love, I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope, something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes city dancing through the night, but I'm not there. You've got me soaring in the clouds, and as the ocean is surrounding me, baby, I'm sure we lost track of time. I don't really care about love, I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope, something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes down.
So we ended up going to Appliance Factory Warehouse, and I'm so upset because we should have went there to buy our washer and dryer, and I'll explain that to y'all. But so this place, I mean, I'm sure some of y'all are aware of it, but it is a appliance warehouse where they have, they buy from other manufacturers, and they, may have, some of the appliances may have like dings or dents, or, it's not the right color or something like that, and they are discounted. I mean, they're brand new. They do have out of box specials as well, which are brand new. And then they also sell just brand new, appliances. I mean, everything is still new. It's just that they, things that don't sell, or like I said, have some kind of imperfection, it'll be discounted. But still, as far as, they do price comparison as well. So if you find anything on the market that is cheaper than what they sell, they will give you that, that money back. But anyway, so I didn't know about like counter depth and all that stuff, about the refrigerators specifically. So I guess standard is like 36 inches depth, deep. And that is what is mass produced, because it's standard. It's what's pretty much is, the standard depth for refrigerators. So if you wanted something, this is what I was looking for. I wanted something, because the refrigerator that we have now, it does stick out of the countertop, a good, like, I would say like 4 or 5 inches. If you want something that is that it's considered custom, it's going to be more money, which is ridiculous. So a smaller refrigerator is going to cost you more money than a bigger one, because the bigger ones are obviously standard, and so they're mass produced and they're not as much money. Ridiculous. So the refrigerator that we have now is a Kenmore, and so we were working with the manager at the store, and he's like, they definitely don't make them like Kenmores anymore. That refrigerator was in the house when we bought it. We bought the house in 2017. And I mean, who knows how long the previous owners had the fridge, but he's like, yeah, I've seen those last a good, 20 years. And so he's like, unfortunately, appliances really don't last long. I mean, nothing is made the way that it used to be. He's like, so you're good if you can, maybe get 6 years out of something, which is ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. So I was just like, oh my goodness. So I did some research as far as like the brands go, which brands have that last the longest. I was showing y'all here, little man. He's been working on, he was doing his spelling words and his alphabet and things like that. And he's been doing really, really well. Like, he no longer has to trace like over words. He can spell them. We have like these little books where, your kiddo can learn how to like trace, and the ink disappears, but he can do everything on his own now. And I was just like, he's like, look, mama, I spelled blue. I was like, good job, buddy. But anyway, so as far as like the brands, which brands last the longest and things like that. So he told us that Bosch is a really good brand. They are expensive, but so there was one there that was brand new. I mean, like I said, all of them were new, but didn't have, I mean, just like they actually order it from Bosch, and that one was super expensive. But the reason why we didn't go with that one is because the water dispenser was on the inside, and you had to like tap it in order to dispense the water. So it would just be a little bit more difficult for me to do it versus just like having one on the outside. So we didn't go with that one. There was another Bosch that was discounted. It was like, I think like 1,600, something like that, but it had so many dents. Like, it would have been a different story. I don't mind, a ding or a dent or whatever, if it's not that noticeable, but it was like it was like gouged in the door, in the freezer, the bottom pull out, there was a lot of dings in it. And I was just like, okay, no, we didn't want to get with it, go with this one. So long story short, we ended up going with a KitchenAid, and there's the brands, they all pretty much like make each other. Like, I don't know, it's just whatever. I was just kind of like, by that time I was over it. We were there for a couple of hours. We had to leave and come back because we thought we did the proper measurement for it. And he gave us like this sheet where you measure everything to make sure it's good before you order it. But we ended up going with the KitchenAid, and y'all, I'm just going to tell you. So it was $3,000 for a refrigerator. $3,000. I'm just like, what the heck? And just for reference, the washer and dryer that we got from Best Buy, it's a Samsung. They're Samsungs, and they were $2,500. And we saw pretty much the same like it was like the same series. It was a little different, like the colors were different, but pretty much the same washer and dryer there, I think for like $1,600, $1,700. And I was just like, we're not buying any appliances from Best Buy again, like at all. I do think that they are overpriced. And honestly, I think Best Buy might do a price comparison too, but I don't think that they would price compare. I don't know if they would price compare to that place, the Appliance Factory outlet. Because they're like a smaller, but they're not like a huge corporation. So I'm not sure. But anyway, it's just all that to say, it's just so expensive. Life is just expensive right now. And it's crazy. Like, this is why you always got to be prepared. Stuff is going to go out in your house, whether or not, you live in a house or apartment. I was telling hubby that too. I was just like, there's so many ups and downs, like pros and cons to each. I understand why people like don't want to own. And I also understand why people do want to own. It is nice to have your own place. And, obviously I wouldn't trade it. I would rather, have my own, something that I own versus paying rent. But I totally see why people don't want to do that. Because if something happens, which it's inevitable, it's going to happen. You're not, you don't have that liability. Like you're not responsible for things happening. And so that's just kind of like a huge like relief and weight lifted off of your shoulders. And I know that there's like places where you can get like insurance where they cover like your appliances, and you can have that like tied into, I believe, like your mortgage payment, where if an appliance or something does go wrong, you can, they will come out and like replace it for you. But obviously that's like a monthly fee. So I don't know. It's just, stuff is just so daggone expensive, and it's just ridiculous.
Here we go, I put this miserable song on repeat, 'cause you seem to forget how much you are hurting me. Do what's right, you say you will, but then you don't. You just don't. You don't care, 'cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't wanna talk to me? You should know your time is up, I'm out, I'm done. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better.
It did everything last night. So it rained, it was thunderstorming, it hailed, and it snowed. So the snow here was pretty hard, and we actually did get quite a few, like a good couple of inches. And so I wanted to get all of this off of the deck. I picked up, Rex's mess, obviously, and then get this off of the deck, because when I started shoveling, I initially was just gonna like brush it, but I was like, this is way too hard, and it's actually a lot more than I thought. So this does weigh down the deck, and that's another thing that we need to get done as well. We eventually need to get the deck just redone. We did like a temporary fix on it so that it was stable, enough for us to like be out here and everything. I mean, we really don't come out here very often. Only when, we really need to, or Rex will. I mean, it's safe to stand on it, basically. And that was like my biggest concern. But it's just like another thing that needs to be done, y'all. It's just, it's a matter of time and money and saving and just doing, the best that you can. But I told hubby, I was like, you know what? This is our sign. I said, this is the sign that we needed, because we've been living out of like the mini fridge, and I'll show y'all that in a little bit. I ended up cleaning that out. I didn't get a chance to clean it because we were like frantically trying to save as much food as we could. But I said, see, we've been living out of a smaller fridge for the last couple of days. So this is the sign to just sell everything and buy some land and be mortgage free and build a tiny house. And he's like, you are crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know this. You know that I am, but it sounds good, doesn't it?
You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. So you thought I would let presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence. So now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. Cause I don't. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. Oh no. So you thought I would let this slip. So I put you on a lifetime sentence. And now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence. So now you never feel my presence. Never feel. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. Thought you do me so much better.
You can see the cooler here. We have like just a couple of condiments in there with like water, some cold water. Anything that didn't need to be refrigerated, we didn't. You can see there's like some lemon and limes right there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to use those up because I mean, some of them might go bad. I hope not. I'm gonna, like I said, just try to use them. Yo, I don't know what it is about wasting food, but I don't like that. Like I don't like it. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I do waste. I'm not saying that I'm, super sustainable and I don't do any waste or anything. I do, but I really try not to waste food. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I don't like. Maybe it's because like my upbringing or something like that. I'm not sure, but I don't like wasting food. I made some butter cookies yesterday because we had some butter that was like already softened, and so I wanted to use it up, so I made a couple batches of those, and those were actually really, really good. But I just been trying to think of what I'm gonna make to use up some of those lemons. I've been putting some in my water as well, so that has been good. But and so later on this afternoon we took Rex to his appointment, and we already knew like this was coming, like getting him neutered and everything. But the last week, actually a couple of days, he's been mounting little man. And so I was like, okay, it's definitely time. He's 8 months now. So April 1st, he turned 8 months. And so it was time to do that. So we took him in to get his blood work done, and we're going to be getting him neutered. We set the appointment for like 2 weeks out. He also had to get another shot. I guess he didn't get his second round of shots it's something to like prevent them from getting sick if they eat dirty food, like food outside, or like drink dirty water that's contaminated. It won't, contaminate us humans, and then it won't make them sick. So he has to get like another round of those. And that wasn't, it's not going to be cheap either. So it's just all the things, and then we're also getting him chipped as well. So I think he goes in for surgery like the 19th or something. I don't know. It's a couple weeks out, but we made the appointment for that. And he did not like, he was yelping when he got his blood drawn. We could hear him down the hall. I was just like, oh my goodness.
Gets cold, let's turn up the heat, yeah. With every beat we feel, the night could be surreal. Could be surreal. When the beat drops down low, let it pull you in real close. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it, boy? And when the lights get low, let the shadows steal the show. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it, boy?
So believe it or not, this thing weighs a lot. It was a struggle getting this upstairs. We ended up doing it on the, like we just took it out from the bottom level and just came up the, to the upper deck that way so that we didn't have to go all, around the house. But it was still a struggle getting it up here. But we got it up here. I think this is like an older model of a refrigerator, but it worked. So that's all that matters. Like, it has been working. There's not a lot of room in here. And, especially with hubby's like work lunch, when I make that, we kind of got to like scoot everything over to make it fit, but it's been working, and I'm grateful, and I'm happy that we didn't have to run out and buy something, temporarily to keep the food in. So this worked out perfectly. I'm going to get this nice and cleaned. I noticed though that the outside, and you'll see a close up, once I'm finished cleaning out the refrigerator, when we got the basement sprayed, when we got it painted, they oversprayed a lot on this. And I think they oversprayed on a couple other things down there as well. But I tried removing some of it was coming up, but my hand was just like killing me after doing it. I used some rubbing alcohol and that worked perfectly. But I just took everything out, and I just wanted to get this nice and cleaned and wiped down.
Usually I don't post. Usually I don't post, but I want the world to know. Time to pull a drop top out. Summer nights, it's a vibe, yeah. We've been keeping it in the house. Netflix and chillin', I GDM'in', yeah. Didn't wanna share my love till I found someone I'm sure of. Young and untamed, I've been out of range, keeping it low. But I wanna be bold with it. Don't care who we told about it. Wow, baby, got a hold on it. Let love unfold tonight. They'll be calling us gold. No lies, so fair with it. You can let them stare at it. Now I'm prepared. Instead of love out loud, since we ain't going nowhere. So tonight, baby, need me. Timing's right, so right. Our romance to be, can't deny. Love the things we do when it's just us two. But tonight, baby, need me outside. Usually I don't post. Usually I don't post, but I want the world to know. I'm a good catch, but I never let him catch me. No, I never let him claim me. Wild thing try to tame me, but you got my mood on sunshine. Let's take a trip, souls on big smiles. Let's hit this lake, stars are in line. I'm posted, lay with me in the moonlight. I wanna be bold with it. Don't care who we told about it. Wow, baby, got a hold on it. Let love unfold tonight. They'll be calling us gold. No lies, so fair with it. You can let them stare at it. Now I'm prepared. Instead of love out loud, since we ain't going nowhere. So tonight, baby, meet me. Time is right, so right. Our romance to be, can't deny. Love the things we do. But tonight, baby, meet me outside. Outside.
So honestly, this really wasn't bad. Like, this refrigerator is big enough for the three of us. We don't have like a huge family, and it really was. It's annoying, yes, and it obviously was costly, but this is, it's not that big of a deal. It's a lot better that it's now upstairs, because for the first day I was going up and down and up and down, and I told hubby, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. But I've been just like making super simple things for dinner. Like, I actually had, little man wanted a pizza, so I popped a pizza in the oven, and that's what he's gonna have for lunch today. But I took out some beef also, and I have that in the refrigerator. I'm gonna make some spaghetti just with some garlic bread, and just trying to like use up anything like food that was almost going bad, or just stuff that we already had like in this little refrigerator. And then once we get the new fridge, obviously we're gonna have to go and buy do like a good grocery shop and buy like, you know, a lot of the things that we lost and everything like that. But I took the some rubbing alcohol with some cotton balls, and you can see like even on the like the side of the stainless steel, you can see the gray. Like they really did overspray quite a bit on some things. I didn't notice it before, but obviously, you know, when you take this out, because this refrigerator is like in a hole like in the I don't want to say countertops, but in the cabinets. And so you don't really notice it. But I mean, when they did spray paint, they covered everything. But obviously you're going to get, you know, overspray. And it's been so many years now. It's not like I'm going to call them back and be like, hey, you oversprayed on our mini refrigerator. But it was coming up like you can see here, but right here on the side, you can see it's just like super gray. The basement it's like a medium gray color, and this really did work. It was killing my hand was really, really hurting. And so I did take a break. After I got the majority off of the stainless steel, I just wiped it down again, and I'm gonna come back and do the rest of this, but definitely, yeah, this was hurting my hand a lot.
What do you want from me? Are you trying to get me back or just bad memories? What do you want from me? You can buy my love with all your treasuries. Oh, you think that you're alright, and you think that you care. Now that day another fight. Baby can't hurt me, but I don't give a damn. I don't have to please no one, and I ain't gonna change, ain't gonna change.
Was looking for now. You can still see there's some paint, but I'm gonna get to it. I just took a break. I went to the Dollar Tree and I stocked up on some planting supplies. So I got these 4-inch little pots, and then I got some 6-inch like nursery pots, and I got some saucers in some different sizes. These aren't the best. They are kind of flimsy, but they do its job. So I got some of those. And then these planters, these white ones, this is the first year that I've seen these. So usually they don't have like white design ones. And I was like, okay, let me pick up a couple of those. I got a gray one as well. And then y'all, I love these. These are toothbrush protectors, and they have like a vapor like medication in them as well. But I like these because they don't have like all those holes in them. So in your bathroom, like they really protect your toothbrush from, you know, splatter and all of the nasty things that are like airborne in your bathroom. I really, really like those. So I picked up a couple of those. I am going to get a soldering iron. I've seen some on Amazon for like $10. Usually this is how I would poke the holes in them. If I got impatient and I used a knife and some scissors, and this will definitely tear up the planters. So I'm going to get a soldering iron, but in the meantime, I used my glue gun, and it did the job. This is my PPP. This is my biggest pink princess philodendron. It has gotten so huge, but it definitely was like wobbly and needed an upgrade in pot size. So normally I'll do like a 1 to 2 inch upgrade. You don't want something too big because it will give you root rot. And so this was like the perfect size. So I went down and I got some soil from the basement. I didn't bring up the big container. I just filled up one of the planters, and then I'm going to repot these 2 plants. I also have my Scindapsus here, my pothos that's sitting on the corner, that I definitely needed to repot. It was like pretty But I really just like enjoy doing this. I'm going to do a bigger like repot all in one now that I have some more plant supplies, because like 90% of the plants that I have definitely need a repot, and this is like the time to do it. You know, spring is springing, and it's also a good time to like prune. I do want to get I want to get like a little like raised garden on the balcony and just like try to grow, you know, a couple of things. I wish I had a garden. I wish I had like just a huge, huge garden. I'd be out there every single day. Like, especially if we lived in a state where it was sunny like all the time. Oh my gosh, y'all. That is like my dream, to have some chickens and, like grow your own. There's nothing like your own like homegrown crops and everything. But anyway, so this is my Scindapsus, and you'll see when I pull it out, it is just like the roots are already growing through. So when I got it out of the nursery pot, I was like, yeah, definitely needed a repot because it was pretty root bound. I want to mention this also. So when we went to the vet, they had a huge list on their desk of toxic plants, poisonous plants for your animals, for dogs. Mulch is toxic for dogs, which I'm just like, oh, my goodness. Remember how I was mentioning that Rex be going outside and he be chewing on bark? He chews on that mulch. And we have one whole side of the yard that's, that faces the runoff, where we have we have several bushes. We have a lavender bush and some other bushes that hubby, like he doesn't like them. He's been wanting to get rid of that mulch anyway, but now it's like, it's more of a priority because we had no idea. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's always something. I don't know if we're gonna rock that area. Hubby had mentioned that it would be cool to have like that area where we can plant some things. That would be like awesome. Have like a little garden, But yeah, that's just another project that we probably need to do here soon. I'm definitely going to be watching Rex now, like way more often. I had no idea that mulch was toxic for your dogs. Like that's just crazy. So I ended up pruning this Scindapsus. You can see here this branch right here was really leggy, so I took that off. But this is how the new pots are looking. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope that this video brought you a ton of cleaning motivation, and I will definitely see you soon. Bye.